What's poppin', y'all? I'm Malo on the beat,
And I'm Muzzle,
and we're about to take you behind our latest single, No Hezi.
that we just recorded with our man Talwiinder.
Let's go.
ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਵੇਂਗਾ ਈਓ ਵੱਜਣਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਦਾ ਉਹ ਗਾਣਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਦਾ ਉਹ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਪਾੜਦਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਦਾ
Like how this beat came along was, I had just been chilling, listening to a lot of drill music, Pop Smoke in particular. So like after just like checking out his new album, I think that was, I was going through a bunch of samples, I think on Splice for this beat, and I so happened to find one that really stood out to me. It was one by Nick Dean, super dope producer, and this is how the sample goes. So then first thing I did though was I took it down like a couple semitones, and the original sample that we hear in the beat now is this. So when I had that, I already knew like, okay, that's a wrap. This shit is done, like fucking banger. So as you can see here, I don't have much going on in my playlist, and if you look at my channel rec, I literally just have six sounds that I use for this. So the first one we have here is the hat. Then I added the snare on that. And then one cool thing, I don't know, like I'm not a fan of snare rolls or like just going crazy with my snares, but with this beat, I don't know, it just came to me and I just really felt like going crazy with the snare. So I accompanied this snare pattern with another one that had like multiple snares hitting here and there, so it goes a little like this. And so yeah, I always usually do my percussion before I go into the 808. So I got that down, and then I did my 808 first before I put the kicks. And for the 808, this is what we had. I'll just play it alone first. So I had two different 808 patterns. So you hear that on the first 8 bars of the verse we have one, and then the one I use on the last 8 sounds like this. After I added the 808, then I went on and added the kick, which was minimal, but it just made sure that it slaps right. So this is what it sounds like, just the 808 and kick. So that's pretty much all that it is in terms of the drums. One last thing I added before I made the last mix, actually, like after I had the vocals, I added a little FX. It's like a little stomp, so it sounds like this. So you like barely hear it, but you can feel it. So like if I play together. So now it seems like everything is done, but actually I had to include something to give it like, that feeling, to give it its identity. And so what I did is I underlaid everything with these drums. the traditional drums, tapa ties, I guess that's what they call it. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. They sound like this. So now when we have everything together, it just kind of makes it gel well together and blends in and gives it its own distinct sound that we're like chasing with this record. And you know, it gives it this identity, gives it that feel that can relate to a lot of like you know, people from the Asian parts of the world when we put those drums. And that was pretty much the motive behind it, and I think it works well with it. So this is what it sounds like all together. And then for the hook, shout out to the homie Talwiinder. He went so crazy on that. Like the melody is so nice. I didn't want to do too much, like especially on the first 4 bars. And I wanted to stand out. You want to feel his voice. So I left it pretty much simple and dry with just a sample. I just added this drum roll before the second half of the hook, and this is what it sounds like. Let me play one more time for you. And you can see it's packed. And yeah, man, that's pretty much everything that went behind the beat. And you know, I feel like the best beats are always simple. You don't need too much in your beats, just the right sounds, you know, together with the right mixing. It makes it easier for the artist to write on it and for their words and work to stand out, and which is something I urge everyone to try whenever they make their beats and stuff. But yeah, so this is it. This is how I made the beat, and thanks for tuning in.
I think you played the beat for me, and then we were recording something else, and we were just chilling, and he was like, "Oh, imagine about Punjabi drill." I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know a lot of people that are doing that right now, so we were like, yeah, we could. And drill was hot at that time.
So that was like a light bulb moment.
Yeah, I was like, cool, let's just go. And you know, things happen the way they happen, and then you have no Hezi. When the idea to make a Punjabi drill track came along, I sent, like, Talwiinder was the only guy who I knew was singing on drill beats. Like, I've heard a lot of people rapping on it. And then I sent it to Malo, and he was like, yeah, that's dope. And as it so happened, both of us are a part of this collective called Ikath. The idea behind it is that everybody can just bounce off of each other's talents. So I sent this track to Talwiinder. I was like, yo, this is what we have in mind. Would you like to do something on it? And then I guess the very same day he hit me back with his hook. And what he did was so beautiful. I was like, I don't even know what triggered him to like write like that. And it was so awesome. Nobody expected him to come flowing so smoothly in Punjabi on the hook. And that's what made the track what it is. A banger.
Slap.
Punjabi rap, well, I think it's growing. Like, you know, we've heard people from UK do their thing. We've heard Afro beats. We've heard, obviously, the American scene popping off. So I guess it's time for the day cease to shine. And up we go. Well, we're just working on a bunch of whole different projects because everything we've dropped up until now had a different taste, a different punch, a different flavor to it. And I guess that's what we've always been aiming for, to bring something new to the plate, to bring something that you've never heard before.
To cater to everybody, to cater to the whole world, you know, because like we always say in interviews and stuff, where we come from, our backgrounds are just so different. And when we come together, we want to be like a mutual point for anyone, you know, so that they all relate to what we're doing. And that's what we're trying to do with all our releases, man. Be it, you know, for people in Africa, in America, we just want everyone to feel the vibe and just, you know, fuck with the wave.
Yep.
That's it.
So there's a lot in the bag. There's a lot more coming.
Dropping them tunes like AKA Charlie wanna drop by my yacht play they tell I got a time shit then get a vacay big man things yeah I'm on one like Drake 533 we rapping done most man off touch rapping waste man things we don't do anymore raw sound make way gon' crash with the car no cabin with a car no cabin charged up on my black we rev man them going man with the use switch flow Muhammad Ali knock him down in the